Hello guys, welcome to the podcast today. Today I have Ismael over here. He's a young Muslim youth advocate and he's the sub-regional coordinator for New York East. And yeah, tell me a bit more about your life.
First of all, Jazakallah for having me, Rumesh. About my life, it's simple. I'm a business student studying at Baruch College, doing major in consulting. This is why am I doing consulting is because this is what I like to do. I like to talk to the people, solve problems, come up with solutions. So I'm studying business management consulting at Baruch College.
So you said business management consulting at Baruch College.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that play? Like, why is that the reason? Like, elaborate on more of the reason.
So the reasoning is because yes, like I like to do the problem solving, right? So I like to talk to the people, about their problems and try to help them with the solutions. So this is what I like. I had two options to choose between computer science and consulting, and I thought consulting is more like what I want to do. I want to talk to the people, right, and help them whatever they're going through with the solutions. Help like a different orgs grow up, right? So this is why I chose consulting over computer science.
Okay. So like you said that you lived in multiple places when I was speaking to you before.
Mm-hmm.
You said that you lived in multiple places and everything like that.
Yeah.
So how does you be moving around, experiencing those changes,
Mm-hmm.
help you? Like, does that have any impact in you joining consulting as a major?
Um, so when we came to America in 2015, we lived in Flushing. It's not that far from Briarwood, Jamaica. We lived there for 3 to 4 years, and then to do high school, we moved into Briarwood. I went to Thomas Edison Career Technical High School, so I did the high school there. Moving from one place to another place, it is hard because then you have to leave your friends and make a new friend group, and then new friends and everything. So it is hard. It is hard to move from one neighborhood to other neighborhood. Yeah.
So did that change can't have anything to do with your major? The reason why you picked it, because consulting is speaking to other people and managing orgs.
Yeah. So consulting, how that helped me with consulting is that I was forced to talk to the other people. I was forced to talk to different people, friends, and make new friends, and then talk to them. So it really helped me. Like it pushed me to go outside, right, and talk to the different people, different communities, make connection with more people, because it was a different environment for me. So yeah, it did help me with my major.
How did you what gave you that push to speak to other people, make more connections and everything like that?
I think in life you have to move on. I was in one neighborhood, Flushing, and then I was in Briarwood, and then we moved right before COVID, right? So I had no other option, like staying home all the time or go outside, make new friends, play basketball, soccer, whatever. So I had to do this because you have to move on. You can't just, stay in the past.
Okay. So you said as we mentioned before, you're the sub-regional coordinator for YM, Young Muslims. How does that work? What is that organization about?
Okay, so YM stands for Young Muslim. It is an org that is run by youth for the youth. We Young Muslim is the biggest youth org in America. We have 90 chapters all over America, and Alhamdulillah, every year we are adding new and new chapters. So how it works is that YM works on a local level, neighborhoods, and very similar. You have MSAs. MSAs work on the colleges, campuses, high schools, right? So opposite of that is why we focus on the leadership, neighborhood leadership, and these leaders run MSA. They go to different colleges, different campuses, and become the leader, lead the youths there. So this is what YM is in simple terms, and it's all about brotherhood.
How does that organization have played a role in your life?
Okay, so I mentioned that I had to move from Flushing to Briarwood, and then I had to, find, new group of friends and everything. So YM is all about brotherhood. In 2020, during COVID, someone reached out to me and they said, we need to start a new neighborhood, a new chapter for the youth in Jamaica. Can you help us do it? And the same place we're sitting right now, Iqnal Markaz, I said, Inshallah, we'll do it, right, with the help of Allah. Me and my 5 other friends, we gathered, we made a decision that we have to start a neighborhood. And it was COVID, it was very hard. So we started the neighborhood. Now our job was to talk to the other youth, talk to them and convince them to come to the neighborhood YM chapter, our Jamaica chapter. So this has helped me, reaching out to the different orgs, the different restaurants, different orgs, and get them into the YM. So, and talking to the different people about their problems, giving them solutions. forced me or pushed me to choose my major in college, which is consulting.
So you said that there's a connection between college and YM as your organization.
Yeah.
So the deeper drive between you and between you being the young Muslim leader to consulting, how does like where did that passion for you to be in YM started? Like, what is the reason for you to be here?
To start YM?
Yeah, what is the reason that you did it?
So to start, I mean, to me, YM is more than just a brotherhood. Is more than just meeting up on a local level every week, right? To me, YM is a place where I complete my deen. I complete my religion, because Islam is not all about just praying 5 times a day and fasting. Islam is about enjoin good and forbid evil, right? This is where we complete our Islam. Prophet ﷺ said, if you see something bad, evil, you have to stop it with your hand. If you cannot stop with your hand, you have to say something against it. And if you can't say something against it, then you have to hate in your heart. And this is the last level of Iman, right? So in YM, what we do is that we call the youth, the teens off the streets who are doing drugs, who are bullying others, and doing every single bad thing you can think of. We invite them to the centers, local centers in their neighborhood, right? And we talk about the youth issues. We talk about their own problems. We give them the solution. We help them. If they need any type of help, we help them, right? So this is what YM is. We help youth become active Islamic workers.
What are some common ways that you guys help them?
So the common way and the tool we use to bring people into YM is brotherhood. I will get close to you, so you will share your problem with me. You have family issues, right? You will share a problem with me, and you are also a Jamaica member. Umays is our Jamaica YM member. He can share his experience. So you tell me, how did YM help you?
YM helped me a lot because it's like I moved from different countries. I never had friends until like YM, to be honest. As in like YM was an organization that I joined because of a friend. He is no longer in this region, but he was the one. He invited me. He was like, there's this organization, it's good for you, join it. You will learn a lot of Islamic knowledge and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so I will join it. And then at the beginning, I was like, all right, this is just one time. I just go in and I'm like, done. I'm like, my parents were like, this is way too far for me to send you and everything. So it was all right. I was like, all right, I'm not going to go again and everything such. But after a while, I started liking it because I think like the brotherly love, as you said, having that friendship, having that connection with everyone was really important to me. And it has like YM itself as an organization has definitely allowed me to be like right now in this podcast to have the confidence or like do stuff that I know that I would not be able to do, such as like leadership and everything of such.
Yeah.
And what YM has done has taken me from a person,
For a shy person
to
doing the
a thing,
interview or podcast.
and like it has taught me a lot of things, such as like learning from the Prophet's life, and yeah. So how did it impact you though?
Yeah, so to me, so I was pushed to start a neighbornet, right? So I was pushed to start a neighbornet. So I had to go outside, make new friends, talk to different people. The age limit in YM is from 13 to 25, right? So I had to do it, and I had to make teams. I have to make teams so we can gather people. We had a social media team. We have a merch team, right? So you make this different team, then you are project management. You're doing the project management on all the teams, and it helps you become a better leader in a community. Yeah.
So you know how like me personally, when I joined YM, I'm like, oh, I learned a lot of things. So how did that learning process go for you?
The learning process, yeah. So basically, I am from a religious background. My family is religious, so I had some understanding of Islam. But I was pushed to learn more and more because I knew that I have to go every Friday into the center and teach the youth about Islam, right? So I was pushed to learn from YouTube. We do study circles. We have our murabbis. They teach you about Islam. They cover different books. So we'll start one book with him. We'll cover it. He'll explain in more details about Prophet life. And I used to read books, right? And what I learned is that Prophet mission It was not just to pray 5 times a day and everything. The mission was bigger than that. It was to help people come closer to Allah and to stop evil. So we talk about this mission, and that helped me and that motivated me that this is a time for me to complete my full deen, to practice full Islam, not just 5 times a day praying or fasting. So to complete my iman and everything, I had to do YM work. So that's the motivation for me.
So you're encompassing the idea that Islam is a way of life, and not just the idea that it's just pray 5 times a day. Like, it's kind of funny because a lot of people, when they think about Islam and everything, what they do is they're like, oh, I have a funny story because my friend, right, he was like, he asked me one good question. He was like, oh, you guys go to the masjid to pray to a black box. Like, that actually caught me off guard. I was like, that is not something that we do. As you know, like, I think like a lot of people are misunderstood when it comes to Islam. They're like, oh, 9/11 bombers or like terrorists and everything and such. But it's a lot deeper when it comes to like Islam as a religion. It's a way of life, as you said, getting people together, community leadership, having like a lot of things. Especially like when you look at the learning aspect of it, you learn a lot of things. Whether it be, some of the things that I mainly learned is like communication skills, leadership skills, as I mentioned already, and like having that brotherhood, and also like coming in every Friday or every Saturday, and you have this people to look at, and a place to actually chill because you have a whole week, right? In school, for example, sometimes you get stressed out in school. There's finals, there's midterms, and after that you come on Friday, you're just chilling, and you're just like worrying about, you don't have to worry about anything because you're just right there. You're just playing with your friends. You're just there.
I mean, yeah. So this is what YM is, right? And you said youth having misunderstanding about Islam and everything. It's not just the non-Muslims. The Muslim youth have more misunderstanding of Islam than the non-Muslims, right? We don't know what Islam is. We think Islam is just because my name is Muhammad. That's why I'm Muslim, and because I believe in Allah. No. What do you do after you believe in Allah, right? You have to practice on what you learn. You have to practice on Islam to become a true Muslim. Islam is not about your name or having Muslim parents. So this is what we teach in YM, that guys, you have to learn about Islam, and we'll go step by step. It's not we're not making you an alim, we're not making you a scholar on a first day. No, we start from the beginning, and by step we teach you that this is you learn this now, practice upon it. You learn this sunnah this week, practice upon it, and from there we move on. Yeah, so this is, and how we help youth with that is that Muslim youth think, oh, we in this country have no power or anything, we are the one, immigrants are helping and everything. No, we tell the youth, as a young Muslim, we own this country, right? We are Americans, right? So how do you give them the confidence? We do, every month we do the hot meal distribution. We do the food pantries where these people are giving back to the community. So this gives them the confidence that, look, as a Muslim kid, I'm helping the community. I'm not the one asking the government. I'm not the one asking for help. I am helping others. So this gives the Muslim youth a confidence, as a young Muslim.
What are some organizations that you guys like specifically work at? Because you said that you guys do hot meal distributions, do community distributions, food, hot meal, and of such.
Yeah.
So like, how do you guys manage the organizations and get the interaction?
Yeah, so it's basically on the youth. It's basically on the leadership running the NeighborNet. So for example, Jamaica, we have the leadership that's running the NeighborNet. Now his job is to contact different orgs doing community work. For example, one is ICNA Relief. ICNA Relief New York is the one we partner. It's like a non-profit org that helps the community. They have the women's shelter, hot meal distribution, food pantries, right? So many other projects like a hurricane. When there's a hurricane, they go build the towns and everything. So these people reach out to different communities, different orgs, different leadership, and help the community. So ICNA Relief, we have Helping Hand. We work with Islamic Relief. We raised $20,000 for Islamic Relief a few months ago. Why is that? Because we told the youth, look, our Muslim brothers in Gaza, Palestine, all around the world, they need our help. And we can help with our time. As a youth, we don't have money, but we have our time. we can give our time to help Muslim community. So we gathered together. There was a team of volunteers. They came together. They set up the whole thing, and we raised $20,000 in like 2 hours for our brothers and sisters all around the world.
So you're saying you collected 20K over 2 hour period. All right. So what are some deeper reasons that you do this though? Like, and then like, for example, let's say like, if it weren't for YM, what would you be doing right now?
I mean, I would be lost. I would have no friend, like someone alone, just college and come back home, sleep, do homework, all that stuff. Like no leadership qualities. Right now, I know like the presidents of different orgs. I know the restaurant owners. We have connection with like church and other orgs, not just the Muslims, right? So YM helped me explore my community and for me to become a leader. Right now, I have more experience of leadership than average youth. Why is that? Because I joined YM. I learned everything from my senior leadership, and with time, you move up the ladder, right? So I learned a lot. So if there was no YM, I would be like average guy living in home with no friends. So college, home, that's it, right? No social life, no active Islamic work in my life. If it wasn't for YM.
If you were to give 3 advices to yourself, right? As let's say, for example, if 5 years back or 10 years back, what would be, if you could see him, what would be 3 advice that you are going to give him?
I mean, the best advice that I can give is what Prophet ﷺ gave. He said, a person is on the religion of his best friend, right? In this country where Muslim youth is facing all the problems, make sure to have good people, good friends around you. It doesn't mean you must have like people who are good at business and must have people who are good at computer science and everything. People with goals. Those people should be around you, and all those people should have one thing in common, is that they all are into Islamic work. They are good Muslims. Because you can be a good doctor, you can be a good software engineer, but if you are not a good Muslim, it's not going to help you in a long run, right? So make sure you have a pious people, good company around you, people with the goals, people who think long term. Those people are a must to have in your life.
So that's like one advice.
I think that's the only advice you need in life, because these people will help you become a better person, better leader, and help you with your career. You can go to good colleges just because your other friends are going to good colleges, right? If 4 people are going to better college, the 5th one most likely going to go to the better college too. But if they're going to community college or some other bad colleges, the other friend, the 5th person, doesn't matter how hard he tries, he's going to end up with his bad friends too, who are going to drop out.
So you mentioned the idea of goal setting. You need to have friends who set goals that are high and everything. But why is that important?
It is important because whatever we do in life, we should do with perfection, right? Or don't do it. Don't be average in everything. Then you won't have any specialty in that field, right? So let's say I like consulting, right? I joined YM. I helped YM with this. I'm helping youth. So I'm moving up the ladder. If someone is good at social media, right, he should join social media teams. He should make his own accounts. He should do the podcast. Right now you're doing with me, right? So we should have these people who whatever we do, we should do with perfection, and that's why you need good people around you, so you can have help from all the sides.
So you're saying that having a goal in life is important because it gives you a deeper meaning in life. In a sense.
Yeah, it teaches you what to do every single day. It helps you decide what you want to do. If you have no goal, you have nothing to do in life.
So like the Prophet ﷺ, where his goal was basically to spread Islam on the face of earth, and he was assigned the role of the Khalifa, the Khilaf, as in like the person who was in charge of spreading Islam and everything like that. Which is like something that you're also referring to, the idea of having a mindset goal, and like the Prophet's mindset. You want to talk a bit more about the Prophet's mindset?
Sure. We can. The one thing that I would say is that don't give up and don't compromise on your goals. This is the life of Prophet. Struggle for your goals, and the biggest goal is to get the pleasure of Allah Almighty and end up in heaven. That should be your biggest goal. Then how you accomplish that goal is, through Islamic work, become a good son, become a good friend, become a good father, right? Become a good brother, and all these things will lead you to the end goal of ending up in heaven. So the goal of Prophet was to establish Islam in the society, and he did it, but he struggled a lot, right? And one thing he had was good friends around him, Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar, Usman, and Ali. So you need, so you can see, even he had good friends around him who helped him after to complete his mission.
So you said that having good friends, good company, good mindset. So tell me a bit more about the mindset idea, why the mindset is important.
I think mindset is important because it gives you direction what you want to do in life. The one with no goals has no future, right? So if you don't know what you are planning in future, how are you going to work for it? But if you know that you want to become a good consultant, if you know you want to become a good doctor, then you would work for that goal. You would talk to the people who are also into that field or with the same mindset. So if you have no goals, then you have no future in life.
So the mindset idea is like, if it's basically like setting up a goal, set up a goal, and then you have the mindset which comes with the goal. Because if you just have a goal, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make sense. But then you need a mindset on top of it to guide you and to keep you on track.
Yeah.
Basically like a discipline principle.
Yeah, mindset is like how you gonna, like, are you willing to face all the hardship to accomplish that goal, right? Are you willing to put all the hard work for that goal? And that's where the mindset comes.
Okay. So how do you think that someone would be able to develop this mindset?
So internships, right? You join the groups who are planning to do the same thing you want to do. For example, for me, I joined YM because I'm into consulting, so I had to join YM, right? Because YM is gonna help me do the same thing I'm gonna do after college, but I'm doing right now. So I'm getting all the experience right now. So that would help me, and that would make me stand out from so many other youth who want to do the consulting, but they're not part of any org. They're not doing any work on the community level. So this is something that makes you different and stand out. Whatever you want to do, make sure you join the groups. Make sure you are with those people who are helping you, right? And get experience. How you get experience is that we can talk more about that. You can join, like in YM, there's so many opportunities to get all the experience you want. And for so many majors, right, you can join YM and then you can learn from there.
So you're saying that in order for me to succeed in something, that I had to join the people with a similar mindset.
You have to be with the people with the same mindset, yes. Or the people with the wrong mindset gonna pull you down.
So how do you think that, let's say for example me, right? I want to become the next biggest entrepreneur or someone who's this person who's the best doctor in the world, right?
Okay.
How do you think that I should approach it in a way that the way you're explaining it is like, oh, I have the goal, this is the mindset, this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
and now I had to find the mentor or the person who I want to go to.
Yeah.
How do you approach the mentor side of it?
I think you would find the mentor like automatically if you are with the right people. One of the person gonna be your mentor if you are with the right people. But if you are with the wrong group of people, it won't help. You won't find the right people to guide you. So in your example, for you want to become an like entrepreneur, right? So solve problems in your community. Join different org. Tell them, look, I can help you guys solve this problem. Use your experience and learn from the experience. Become an entrepreneur.
Okay, tell me a bit more about the problems that youth is facing today, in the modern days.
Okay, I think the biggest problem that we're facing today as a Muslim youth is lack of knowledge. People don't know why they're Muslim, right? We just think we're Muslim because of our parents are Muslim or my name is Muhammad or Abdullah. I think this is, and then we don't have any knowledge about Islamic history. We don't know about our Khalifas. Khalifas is someone, prophets, successors of Prophet. So Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar, Usman, and Ali, we don't know about them. So when you know nothing about Islamic history, you have nothing to be proud of. And that's the problem. So we're not proud of Islam. We're not proud of our history. All we know is that, oh, Muslims are terrorists. And when the media is telling you this 24/7, then the kid's gonna believe, oh, maybe we are terrorists, right? And then they have the feel down when they are with their other friends. And this is where YM comes into the place. This is where Ikhna Relief and so many other Muslim or Islamic Relief helping hand is that we show Muslim youth that no, we are helping back the society. We are not the terrorists. How can you be a terrorist when you're doing a food distribution? How can you be a terrorist when you're doing food pantries, right? When you are building the women's shelter centers and everything. So we are telling the youth, no, don't believe this propaganda. Don't believe on media. We are not the terrorists. We love America. We own it, and we are the future leaders of America.
So is there a factor of, could we blame the parents on why the kids feel the way that they do?
I think yes, we can definitely blame the parents in this because I don't think they care about this part of their life. I think they only care about, especially the immigrants' parents. They only care about school, college, get A's and good grades and everything. But they don't talk about like are the kids gonna stay Muslim in 20 years? Are they gonna stay Muslims in like 20, 30 years in future? I don't think that that's their priority or this is something they talk about or even they're worried about. They only worried about getting good grades, get good grades on SATs and do all the good, but they're not worried about Islam in their kids' life, and I think this is gonna hurt them very bad in future.
So you're saying that you need to be involved in Islam because of like a lot of things that happens, and like people get the wrong idea and mindset about Islam. I think that's true because in a way, I I guess like the way that I have seen my friends and everyone, they do have the ideology. Oh, I'm like not fully Muslim. I'm not practicing Muslim. There's no such thing as like practicing Muslim, fully practicing Muslim. It's either you actually believe in Islam and you do it, or you just don't do it. So like, do you think that? But why does it matter for a young person to be involved in Islam versus like, I mean, I have my whole life, like I could turn like 60,
Yeah.
70 and then I could just start praying and be religious then. Why do I have to do it now?
I think this is a very good question. Like, why do I have to pray right now when I can pray when I'm 60 or 65? Like we see most uncles. The majority of the people praying at the mosques are the old uncles. We don't see youth praying. And I think if you ask me why is it important for you to pray right now and not wait till they're old, is because there's a hadith that Prophet ﷺ said that Allah is going to ask you questions on Day of Judgment, and two of them are going to be how did you spend your life and how did you spend your youth. So let's say you become religious at the end of your life, you're 80 and now you're praying 5 times a day. But how are you going to answer the other question? How did you spend your youth? What are you going to say? Right? Well, oh, you were playing games and you were waiting till you're 80 and 70. No, you can't say that. You're going to fail another question and you won't be able to move until you answer all these questions. So this is why it is must for the youth to become Muslims right now. Also, do we really want our masjids, our mosques to go on sales just like church? These days, just because Christian youth, they're not religious anymore. They don't care about the Christianity, right? So the church is going on sale. So if Muslim youth, if we don't care about the masjid, if we don't care about praying 5 times a day right now, when all these uncles in 20 years, they're not going to be here, right? So who's going to take care of the masjid? Are the masjid going to be for sale for someone else to take over and make this a club? So we need to think about this, that what is the future of Muslims in America? Where do we stand as Muslims in America? And also, are we going to keep dividing Muslims into different sects? Are we going to tell each other not to pray behind him, not to pray behind him just because he put his hands here, he puts his hand there? No, we need to get out of this debate and we need to focus on a bigger picture. Where do Muslims stand in America? And if we keep dividing and dividing each other, people gonna eat us alive. No one's gonna respect you if you keep breaking the unity again and again, right? So we have to be united, and together we can build a better picture. And if you're united and then you say something, people in White House will pay more attention than small groups saying something on the streets.
So united makes a lot better. United we stand, divided we fall is something that you believe in a lot.
I think it's not I believe. I think this is the message we get from namaz.
We get from namaz.
When you pray 5 times a day, why is it must for a Muslim to pray in a Jamaat? Is because to understand that there is only one Amir, there's only one guy leading you, your leader, and everyone behind him are united. You have to stand behind him shoulder to shoulder. Why is that? But people don't think about this. People only debate about where to put your hands, right? They only debate about this. No one is talking about the overall picture of Islam. Like we are united in namaz, but right after the salah, we go outside and we pull each other down. I don't want to support this business because I want to start my own. No, you both can start. Help each other start. Become a better united Muslim. So I think this is a problem we are facing right now. And who can solve this problem? It starts from the home. I think the parents can give this mindset to Muslim, their kids, that you don't be like these people. Become a better Muslim. Be open to other sects. Be open to other people, and then be united. So I think that would solve the problem.
How do you go about it? Like, how do you, in your own life, right? You've probably seen a lot of examples of such. How do you encounter them, and how did you like solve the issue?
So if you ask me a problem I know, and it's like personal story, I won't name the person. He went to this one masjid, and the guy found out that he doesn't follow his way of Islamic teaching, his sect. The guy kicked him out of the masjid, and he ordered the masjid management, the mosque management, to clean the whole mosque. They called the guy impure. They were like, oh, look at this dog. He came to our masjid. And both are Muslim. Both believe on Prophet ﷺ. Both believe on Allah. Both say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Right? But just because of a few differences, like how to put your hands here or there, the guy kicked him out of the masjid. You think, is that how we're going to be united Muslims? No, this is going to divide us more and more, making it easy for the enemy to take over.
So the idea of like the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said that at during the end times, the ummah will be many in numbers, but the unity will not be there. So the Sahaba at that time, they were like, why? And then the Prophet ﷺ, he said that it is because, we will, like as I said, we will be many in numbers, but none of us will be united enough to defend the Islam. So do you think that as time progresses, the hadith is becoming more true? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think we are living in that time that Prophet ﷺ predicted 1400 years ago. He said at the end of the time, the enemies, the other nations will really hurt. This is the summary of the hadith, that they will hurt you guys, right? And why is that? And the Sahabas were like, Prophet, but are we going to be small in numbers? He said, no, you guys are going to be in big numbers, right? But you guys won't be united, and you guys will have the fear of that. Meaning, like, everyone is scared for himself. No one thinks about the ummah. No one speaks for the other Muslims. They only talk about, if I'm getting my salary, if I'm living in a home, it's good. I don't have to worry about other people suffering, right? So when this fear comes in life, then Prophet said the other enemies and other nations are going to take over Muslim ummah, even though we're going to be in greater numbers.
That's true. That's definitely true. I think like that's one thing that really puts us behind. Even when we look at schools, colleges, and everything such, it's like, I have this. You're my friend, but we don't really go off like you're my brother. You're just like my friend. I know you. That's it. But then we don't defend each other when we need each other. And
I really agree, and I saw so many examples of this where when we are with other people, we forget that he's my Muslim brother, and we're trying to hate on him just to make other friends happy. So this is a big problem, and this is why we need to join Islamic gatherings. This is why we need good people around us. And one of the benefit of joining Islamic gatherings, or YM in this case, is that Prophet ﷺ said there will be 7 people under the shade of Allah on Day of Judgment. One of them is a person who used to worship when in his youth. So this is 13 to 25, our age limit, right?
Yeah.
Other person is a person who used to love mosque, someone whose heart was attached to masjid. We also call you masjid on Fridays, right? Come to the mosque on Fridays. Right? Another person is that they used to love each other for the sake of Allah. This is also brotherhood in YM. So this is why it is must for you to be part of a gathering, a bigger gathering, not just you, not just your 5 friends. No, be a part of an Islamic movement, Islamic gathering on a bigger level, on a national level, right? So you and someone in California have the same goals for Islam. They have the same mission in life, right? So this is something common between me and someone in California, someone in Florida. We all have the same goals.
So what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is basketball.
Why do you like basketball?
I like basketball because when I came to America, that was the only sport me and my brother used to play. And then the friends I made, we also only played basketball. No one really played soccer. And to be honest, I think in soccer you have to run too much. I'm not for running and just kicking, right?
But like,
there's no hype in soccer.
I
think basketball we can make it more interesting. It's more entertaining for you and the audience, right? You make plays and everything.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? You said that it's entertaining, and that a lot of people like it, right? Yeah, I don't think millions of people versus billions of people equate to each other, where soccer is watched by almost 4 billion people, right? Which is like half the world's population, which is I believe at the current moment is like 8 billion something. So why? So you the opinion.
We need to stop there. But you said like 4 billion people. But I believe soccer is for people who never had the opportunity to play basketball.
But like, if that was the case, then why would people like basketball so like? Why would people like soccer a lot more than basketball? Because
Because they don't have basketball courts in their home grounds. Like they don't have basketball. Let's say for example, Pakistan. Even the people in villages are playing soccer. Why? Because you need one ball and you just need to kick it, right?
Yeah.
But for the basketball, no, you need the rim, you need everything. You can't play without having the whole course and everything. So those people, they don't even know about basketball. So those people are part of the 4 billion you mentioned. But the people you said, the 400 million or whatever number you said, those people had the opportunity to choose between soccer and basketball, and they chose basketball, right? Because they had the opportunity to play soccer. No, but they didn't choose soccer. They chose basketball. But the people in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Mexico, whatever, right? All those.
No,
countries,
you're wrong. Mexico does have Mexico. This is I'm not even joking about this because I have a friend.
Do you agree that soccer is for countries that don't have basketball?
No,
Why not?
because in Mexico, like you said, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend. He explained to me how they have basketball rims, right?
Yeah.
So you got your basketball rim, but you know the bottom part, there is a soccer ball goalpost. So that explains how even though there is a basketball court, soccer is just more popular and soccer is just more preferred by anyone because
No, I
think about
look
it.
again. I disagree. You're saying only Mexico. What about India? What about Pakistan?
It's the same thing. There is
They
different.
don't, brother. I'm from Pakistan. You can't correct me on this. In Pakistan, people don't know about basketball, and that's why they play soccer. Now there's a trend of basketball, and now people start playing basketball because now the colleges and the schools, they start having the basketball course and everything. So you saying, if you have opportunity between soccer and basketball, people are gonna choose soccer? No. If they choose soccer, that means they don't have skills. They don't have skills to play basketball.
Why not?
Because soccer, all you have to do is kick. Basketball is handles. You can do so many moves. There's defense, there's offense. So many, like you can do more stuff in basketball than you can do in soccer.
You're wrong.
How am I wrong? Can you
Because-
get more creative with your hands or with your legs?
You could get more creative with your legs. Let's
You
say for
can't get more creative with your hands?
No,
You're
you
saying
cannot.
you can get more creative with your legs than your hands?
yeah, because let's say for example, could you do a rainbow? Could you do a juggling? Could you actually?
Can you type with your legs?
Huh?
Can you type with your legs on your phone?
No, obviously there are certain things that you can do with your
So I'm
hands
saying
and
you
legs.
can get more creative. You have opportunity to be more creative
How
in
though?
basketball because in basketball you use your legs and hands.
How do you use your legs?
It's all about footwork. It's all about step back and this and that. So in soccer, no, it's all about kicking.
Oh
here
no!
and there.
What do you mean they're all about kicking? It's not.
Yeah.
See this. If you're getting tackled by a person, right? If you're tackling me right now in a soccer, I can't just be kicking it like that and like doing something like that. I have to actually hold you down and actually use my hands.
Same thing in basketball.
Yeah,
In
but
basketball you have 4 people that are trying to guard you, and your goal is to score. And the
Yeah.
rim is like what, like 1 feet? In soccer, it's like 20 feet. The goalpost, right?
Yeah,
So
but
how
this
can
is
you
the
tell
thing.
me soccer is harder than
Soccer
basketball?
is a lot harder than basketball because you're controlling by your feet. It's
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
it's
no,
not just
that's-
kicking it.
So it's harder because you're not enough creative. You can't get
You
creative
could do a
enough
lot of-
with your
you
legs.
could get a
But
crea-
now you're saying
Okay.
you get more creative.
You could get creative. Look at Neymar for example. He's one of the best freestyles out there. He could do whatever. He could get out of all these such situations easy. He has like he could have 4 players
Brother,
on him.
What I'm saying is that whatever you do in soccer, you have to face in basketball. Plus, you have to handle with your hand. People will attack you.
Handling with your hand is a lot easier.
No, it's just that's why you can get more
There is a-
creative. You can do more moves in basketball than you can do in soccer because in basketball you're using your legs and hands. And how
In
can
soccer, you're using both of them. Think about it. If
just to hold people, you do that in basketball too.
no, but this is the thing. If you don't have a balance with your using your hands, you cannot run in soccer. Soccer is not about.
You're not getting my point. I think you're going off the track. What I'm saying is that in soccer, you have to in basketball you have to use your legs, you have to use your hand and brain. In soccer, it's all about legs and no brain and no hand. Okay, you just kick it. That is my point of view. Okay.
Okay, so you're completely wrong. Because in order for you to play soccer, okay, do you think that you could play soccer right now just by kicking a soccer ball? Because this is the point. This is the point. Hear me out first.
I'm not done talking. I think average person, if someone who plays basketball, he would be better at playing soccer than a person who plays soccer playing basketball.
I could disagree with that. You got.
No, bro, if you play, I have 5% chance of beating you in soccer.
No.
But you have negative 10% chance of beating me in basketball.
No, that's
because wrong. What do you mean it's not true? It is true. We'll
Because
play
this is the
right
thing.
after the podcast. Guys, we're gonna play it right after the podcast.
I mean, look at this. This is not true because you know.
We'll post
you know
the
what?
clips too.
We will post the clips. We will definitely post the clips because I play soccer with you and you play basketball with me. Basketball, I could shoot from anywhere and I could still make it.
No, you can't.
And I have the reflex because soccer is not. Soccer is about reflexes and everything like that.
I can say the same thing. I can kick the ball and it'll go in the post.
No, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
It's 20 feet. In basketball, it's 1 feet.
No, it doesn't work that way. Because soccer, right? You cannot kick it from a certain distance. Look at, for example, like Ronaldo or Messi, right? If you cannot, the way they play is they have to get to the goalpost, and the people like Ter Stegen or like the people like the goalkeepers, they are like so good. And regardless of what it is, you're not going to.
You're not getting my point. You have to do the same thing in basketball.
You don't have to do the same thing in basketball.
You have to attack the rim, and there's just 5 people guarding you. It's not open rim, and then you go and shoot. Also, another challenge. If you stand from 3-point line, so that would be, I don't know how many feet, 20 feet, and you can take 20 shots. I'll kick the ball 20 times in soccer. I'll make more shots than you making shots in basketball. I'll score more than you making shots in basketball.
No.
Yes. What do you mean no? It's a 20 feet. I can just kick the ball. But if you have to shoot from that distance, you won't make it. It'll be backboard.
There is definitely not a way that you're going to be kicking the soccer ball like that because soccer, the way you kick soccer balls, you have to have a certain distance. Doesn't matter. You have to have like a certain posture, certain speed. You need to.
Easy. We all kick. This is a reason.
It's not just kicking. People think
coaches in Pakistan, India, Nepal, they know nothing about soccer. They know nothing about rules, but they still play and they still go right. And those people, when they come to America, he'll be good against you. But if someone who has no knowledge of basketball, he comes to America, he won't be able to do anything because you need to get technique. You need to know how to shoot and everything. Soccer, you shoot, you kick, you become good. Right? Basketball, it won't be like that. You need to learn the techniques. You need to learn all the moves to get better in basketball.
No.
What do we know? Okay, do a comeback. You can't just say
because this is the thing, right?
You wrong every time.
Because in soccer, you need. So then, why do you think that there's a lot of moves in soccer, such as like a rainbow or a juggling and everything like that, and you have stuff that you actually move? You need to kick the ball, but you can't just kick the ball because the other opponent, the defender, will actually come and just get it from you, and like you have to get the soccer ball to a certain place through a certain thing in a technique. You need to have an IQ.
You need no IQ in basketball.
You need IQ in any sport.
Okay, sure. Okay,
right?
So
you need IQ in any sport.
Okay.
You need IQ in any sport.
You think we have no moves in basketball?
There is no moves in basketball. You could just.
Are you dumb?
I'm not dumb. You're dumb because you know why? Because soccer, right? There's 2 billion people backing me up right now.
2 billion people who know nothing about basketball. Teach them about basketball. They won't play soccer. You're not getting my point, my guy.
You're just wrong because this is the thing. A lot of people. You're wrong because you know why? Because there's a lot of people who would definitely be willing to play soccer over basketball right now.
We are. First of all, it's easier. Second of all, they don't know
it's not easier.
Basketball. It is. I just kick the ball. Okay.
It's not easier.
Brother, listen. You're getting off the track. In basketball, you have to do everything that you have to do in soccer. Plus, you have to handle the ball. Plus, there's 5 people every time guarding you, and you have to attack the rim. That's 1 feet. It's 1 feet.
Okay, so you're telling me that it's a lot easier to play with. It's a lot easier to play with people like they're just putting their hands up while you have 5 people coming at you with spikes on their shoes, right?
Yeah.
Coming to literally take your leg off to play and everything.
Same thing in basketball. That means that they're dirty players. If they're trying to take your leg,
that's
they
not
don't know how to play.
That's how they play. That is how you play soccer because you don't think about it.
Like, bro, so you just said people coming to take your leg, brother. They don't know how to play.
This is the thing. Soccer is not something that you just take off. It's not just taking off someone's leg like that. It's like you have.
Now you're changing your point. No,
this is the thing.
Say in the camera. You change your point right now, brother. Can you zoom on his face? He just changed his point of view. Please get that. Are you looking on his face? He lost. I think we can move on. We can talk about different topics. So if you have any other topic, I'm willing to talk about.
So you said that you're the sub-regional coordinator of New York, right?
Yeah.
And what are some of the chapters that you guys have in New York that people can join?
So in New York we have 9 chapters right now. Few of them are expansion. So 11 in total, 11, 12. You can join Jamaica, Ikna or Merkez. You can join Brooklyn, Bronx, Westchester, and when you go to Flushing, and when you go to Long Island, we have one in Valley Stream, Shelter Rock, and East Meadows, right? So the way to find any YM chapter or neighbornet is you go to social media, you search YM dot and you write the name of the neighborhood. So for Jamaica, you would write Jamaica dot brothers, right? So wherever you live, you write that down, and you'll see the page on social media, and from there you can DM them, you can tell them like I want to join, and then they will be more welcome to you to join.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you for joining us in the podcast,
Yeah.
and
Jazakallah for having
hope
me.
to
Maze.
hope to see you
Thank
soon.
you. Inshallah.
Ciao.